Roman, thank you so much for coming on. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking for the interview. I'm actually excited. This is my first ever interview I'm doing with a prep firm. So
Awesome.
exciting.
Okay, awesome. Well, we'll try and make it a good experience for you. um, so, Roman, I always love to kick off these interviews with getting to know you and your trading backstory. So, I guess the first question always comes down to like, where did it all start for you trading wise? How did you get into it?
My journey started in February of 2020 when just COVID started. I don't know why there's a lot of traders that's actually started with during COVID.
Yeah,
It's probably a new trend or something. I just started researching what should I do. I was at the time a truck driver in the States. So,
nice.
and I was looking online, YouTube, like what can I do? And I knew about markets, but I didn't know much. So I started researching, and first of all, I got into like the stock market, the U.S. stock market. At the time, it was hot. It was like, and I had paper trading. I was doing that, and I had really good success. But because of the PDT rule, there was $25,000 that you
Yeah,
have to, and it's only otherwise you can do only three trades a week. There's ways around it, but still. And then the market kind of like went cold, and I was paper trading. I was not doing good as well. So I never had the gut to go like live with the real money.
yeah,
And I was watching and watching, was like this PDT rule. That's tough, and but I get it. It's like so that you don't blow up your account. But
sure.
like 2.5 years ago, I found out about Forex.
Hmm.
Like researching, what is this? Like, YouTube stuff, like you watch stock market and it's always something pops up. Like local Forex, because I didn't know much. I knew it was core currencies and stuff, but then I was like, oh, this is actually is gonna sound a lot easier because the stock market you'd have to like Pacific time, have to be at 6:30 a.m. sharp. But then the market conditions again they changed. Like during those 2 years that I was trading, like paper trading, people didn't want to wait for the bell. That was just pre-market doing
Yeah,
trades. Yeah. It
absolutely.
was wow. I was like, that's the market conditions. Like they changed. Like there you go. Like people didn't want to wait. Like the big firms would open about 7 a.m. like Eastern time, and like it would be like 4 time. What for me is like, no, I'm not gonna wake up at like 4 in the morning just to start trading.
Yeah,
So like 4 weeks is like, oh, this is gonna be a little easier. And I start
yeah.
researching the courses. Like, of course, there's a lot of like YouTube videos. Like I start researching, did some courses, and I started practicing. And let's say like, yeah, 2 years. This is actually my first actually really good month profiting. Last month
Oh,
was a good
nice.
month. This is my second good month. So it was like finally the patience and the consistency actually pays off.
That must be that's a great feeling. When
It's
you see the results start coming, and you're like you kind of
it's
visualize and you
it's
realize
a
how much power there is.
it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. That's what
Yes.
people don't realize because 90% of traders they lose money actually, and
Yeah.
they end up actually leaving the industry. But it's just part of the job description. I remember when I lost my 100K account. I was funded a couple like a year and a half ago, and I was like I was mad, upset. I didn't want to look at the charts, but and it kind of like stopped for a little bit. But then the chaos with the MT5, MT4 started. The
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
kind of set me back, but I was like, no, I have to get it back. I have to do it because this is what I want to do. This is interesting, and that's what I like. So I
yeah,
saw it was like, and it actually finally pays off. It's a game of probabilities. You gotta wait. Just don't take too much risk and make sure you have a stop loss.
yeah. Always have a stop loss.
I know. That's what I
Yeah,
was struggling at the beginning with the stuff. I moved that a little bit, maybe that, but no, just
yeah. No, never
that.
works out.
So yeah, I started with the stock market, but I ended up on Forex because it's easier. You can actually short stocks, you can buy them
Yeah,
in the stock market. You have depends on the broker you have. You can always only buy, or either you just can only short. So it's you kind of limit it.
yeah. No, absolutely. I totally agree. And it's interesting that you started during COVID because, like, there was a huge influx of traders who kind of came from COVID because everyone, like you said, a lot of people were just sitting at home. All of a sudden you got all this time on your hands.
It was driving. There was no traffic, like especially going through Los Angeles. It was interesting because everyone was at home, but I was like, I need to get out of that. I have a family, so I just wanted to just be home.
Yeah.
So
No, totally understand that. And it's a hard job trucking. Anyone who's driven more than 6, 7 hours at a time, you know how mentally draining driving is, especially if you're driving a big vehicle where you have to really be alert. You can't just
Yeah. And so yeah.
Yeah. No, props to you. Props to you. That's fantastic. But I'm really happy that you stuck in there. You didn't give up because, like you said, everyone does fail at first. And the only guaranteed failure is when you give up and never really push through to the part where you actually become consistent.
Fail, you don't succeed. You have to fail. It's part of the game. It's like the job description with trading. You have to accept it or not.
Absolutely. If it was really easy, then everyone would be billionaires. It is difficult, but part of it being difficult makes it valuable. You have to put the time in. You have to put the work. There's a lot of disappointment, a lot of pain in the process, but eventually you crack through it, and then wow, then it all makes sense in the end. And you're like, right, now I get it.
Next.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's fantastic. So Roman, I would love to move on a little bit and get to know your strategy. And if it's possible, if you could share your screen and show your charts as you explain the strategy, that would be amazing. Like walk us through your strategy. That would be amazing.
Yes, so I do trade gold like a lot because of its volatility. But I do there's a saying that you master 2-3 pairs and you just stay with it. That's I'm about, because I'm doing USD JPY and odd USD sometimes, and I'm still looking at Euro USD and sometimes like GBP USD, because they kind of like follow sometimes, not always. There's a discrepancy, of course, but they do actually sometimes follow. But mainly so we have here, I use the Fibonacci tool as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's the golden zone, the 7.8, 78.6 to 886.
Yep.
And I see that that would be like the in order to get in a trade, I look into that. But of course, support and resistance, like even today, the market opened, but it just touched the lane just for like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, just go back up. So it's always like I follow the support and resistance lanes because there's always something. I would say like it would fill up the gas tank. You were either gonna go up or down. So you just gotta look at the trend, because I'm using the daily. I'm like trying to see if it's like the trend, like the trend is your trend, of course. But lately, we all know that the trend is up pretty much, because a while ago, all this resistance, it broke all equal highs, and it makes sense, at least for me. It always just, if it breaks the structure, then we're gonna see something is gonna happen. So, and sometimes I actually do like weekly bias. So, but you can tell it's like, wow, that's how I learn from like the courses.
Yeah.
And I try to keep it like the charts like minimum, because if you put too much stuff, like too many lines, too many trend lines, like it's gonna complicate everything. So I'm trying to like keep the chart as clean as possible. Otherwise, just it's gonna, I don't know, you're asking for trouble, I guess.
Absolutely. And I always say this as well. I was just about to say, actually, I love how clean your charts are. A few lines, support, resistance, Fibonacci here, but there's no crazy million lines or indicator telling you this and that. It's very clean. You're just looking at the price action. You're looking at, obvious areas of support and resistance and seeing what price does. And I mean, it really, really clean and nice. And it keeps your kind of your whole strategy and your mental state a bit more clear as well, I think.
Like, the gaps when the market opens, especially like USD JPY had a gap, and it always, actually even gold today it always comes back. It might be it has to fill that, and then I always know if it's going to be a gap, that's just, you look where's that support. You place a trade, put a pip or two more, because sometimes I've had that happen in the past. Like it'd be a pip or two more just to take you out. Then you'll go your way.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's it's simple. It's support, resistance, and the Fibonacci, and then I look at the golden zone, like because it always, like, if it's gonna break the the resistance, then it's obviously going to go short, or either it's going to take all the orders and going to fill up and go up. So it
Yeah,
just, for me, it makes sense. It works for me. It might be different from somebody, but like I've watched many YouTube videos and like people say, oh, these lines and these all kind of like signals. Like, no, I don't want that. It's just, it complicates everything. You got to keep it simple. Otherwise, you're just going to be staring at the charts too much, and then they might affect you down the road. So
absolutely.
you
Yeah.
got to, as
But
clean as possible, back test it, and see if it works. It works. It's not going to always work. You
of
can't
course.
be 100% right. It's not.
Of course. No, but this is it. You nailed it when you said like some some people, would have tried a similar strategy, support resistance, and it wouldn't have worked for them. But generally speaking, it's never the strategy. You just need a small edge in trading
Yeah.
to be profitable. It's usually the psychology that lets people down, because they will revenge trade, they'll overtrade, they'll try force trades, they'll get FOMO and jump in too early, they'll get greedy and try and go for a massive 20 to 1 risk, I mean 1 to 20 risk reward, or like
I
that is the issue most of the time. It's never really the strategy. So yeah,
never
and that proves it.
never check when you're angry. I did that, so I learned from my mistakes, and like, set it, leave it, and let it work. If not, then whatever. It just learn from it and move on. Otherwise, it's just going to destroy you eventually. So no, thank you.
Exactly. 100%. Couldn't agree more. Well, that's fantastic. I really really enjoyed looking over your strategy, how you trade. I love how clean and simple it is. And that is what I always found. The simpler, the better most of the time in trading. You don't want to be over cluttering your charts with 1,000,001 different indicators telling you to buy and then sell and buy. And so you just end up completely confused and you'll never really get anywhere. Stick to one edge, one strategy, really master it. Like you said, a few pairs. You, for example, gold. I think you mentioned the yen. Yeah, and just master one part and just do that over every day or every week or whatever. Just rinse and repeat and never change, and that's the way to do it. So, really good stuff, Roman. Really good stuff.
Yeah,
You
you can
can. Okay,
even
yeah. Go on, carry on. Sorry.
you can see like even here it comes to the golden zone. Like it tried a couple of times and again, and I always follow these like lines. Like, okay, so it's just coming to the gold zone and then just went down. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
And here it didn't take everything, so just uh, all these lines, and I'm watching it and it's like, okay, so that's where I have to get in, and it works.
So I did notice on your Fibonacci tool, you've added a red line 88.6. So you've got rid of the 32, the 50,
Yes.
you've kept the 61, and then you've added like your own version. You've even added 14. Is there a reason for that? Is that a
That was what I was taught, and
okay?
so but I guess it I didn't really use it, but I always look at the gold zone, so just
Yeah,
it's part of it, the setting that I learned. So
nice. Yeah, that's the first time I've seen that. So I just wanted to. I've never seen that before, but it's awesome. I mean, you can see
some
clearly in that example. 88 seems to be like
uh,
between 88 and 61. Like
that's
you said,
the
golden zone. Yeah, really nice.
so that's it. It works. It's just support resistance and just follow your rules. Don't overtrade, especially angry.
Yeah.
Not gonna work.
And I see you got like sessions as well, Asia, London, New
That's
York. Is there a particular session you trade or you prefer to kind of trade or
well for me because it's the London starts at midnight for us in Vegas, and I'll, sometimes I might start Asian because it'd be like 7 8 p.m. But it depends. I guess if it works on a setup, I see if it's gonna take the high of the previous day or not, or the low of the day. If there's the break of structure, then I might get in. If not, then I'll settle for London. Look what is the previous day high, or maybe the couple days, and then I will think, okay, I'll put some trend lines and let it go. And then by the time I wake up, okay, is it working or not? I'll find out in the morning.
yeah, no, absolutely.
I try
Uh,
not to stare the charts because it doesn't help. It's
yeah,
just
100%. And you're more of, would you call yourself a bit more of a swing trader slash intraday? A bit, you hold it for bit longer?
A little longer, yeah, sometimes, but sometimes because of gold, you never know how volatile it can be. It might end up being like in minutes sometimes. So
Oh wow.
it depends on the structure, of course.
Yeah,
On Of course, try not when there's news, try to stay away because some prop firms, they don't
sure.
allow. So
Yeah.
it
No,
depends on
awesome.
the market. But yeah, try to London and New York session that's when you get the most probably volatility.
Yeah. Yeah. Generally speaking, absolutely. Ah, that's really awesome. Yeah. Also, I've got no more questions. I mean, I really like it. It's nice and clean. But I did mention earlier about like trading psychology. Is generally the reason why a strategy works most of the time. You can have, I've seen people have really good win rates, like 80+%, and they'll be good for a while and they lose it all. And then they keep repeating that cycle. And you're like, how can you not make money with an 80+% win rate? It's because their psychology is completely off. They can't take a loss, right? How did you overcome the psychological part, managing your emotions?
It was really hard at the beginning. Yeah, like losing is like, wow, it's like, what am I doing wrong? But then I started studying, reading, like it's part of the game. You have to like mentally set yourself because you can't always be right. So I was like, okay, I just need to let it go. It's a game of probabilities. You're never going to be always right. And it happens. It's the market conditions, they always change. And it's not going to be the same. You have to adjust yourself. So it took a while. It took probably around more than 6 months for me just to think about it. It's like, okay, I have to let it go. It's part of the game. And slowly but surely, I finally went over it. So I'm now, so okay, it's a loss. It's still a part of the game. Move on. There's not opportunity around the corner the next day. So you never know. It's just, that's the part description of the trading. So it's just, it was hard, but reading and watching videos, like you got to do, otherwise, you have to be consistent. Otherwise, it's just, you're
Yeah.
just angry, mad, and just leave the industry. But this is amazing because you can trade from anywhere. And
Yeah.
it
No, absolutely. Absolutely. You nailed it again. Um, but like, 6 months is actually very quick, I'll say. You've actually done extremely well. Generally speaking, it takes people years to overcome a lot of the psychological stuff. So, I think by nature, you're a very disciplined person.
I don't like to be late. And I tell my wife, like, no, we don't have to be late. So yeah, I'm trying to be disciplined. That's the another thing in the trading. You have to be disciplined because, like I said earlier, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You have to be disciplined and be patient and wait. It's gonna come, and it
Yeah,
certainly came for me. It's just you gotta be patient because I had a losing streak in the stock market because the market was so I was the it was bearish, so it was like nothing worked like it worked in the bull market. Like, what am I doing wrong? Reading, watching, I was part of the group, and it's market conditions. You have to adjust. Like I
yeah,
said, even the bell, nobody wanted to wait anymore. People jumped in before the bell, and
absolutely.
it's happening even now. Yeah, I still watch some of the YouTube videos, and like, yep, it's just how it is now. So who knows how it's going to be in a year or two later? So.
No, you're absolutely right. Like I mostly trade the S&P, and usually always after US Open is when I trade. But I've been noticing some pretty good pre-market setups, and
Yep.
occasionally have taken a few as well, and they worked out very well. So you're absolutely right. It's getting a bit more cluttered, but
One
hey, I
thing,
mean, you know,
there's no holds pre-market. That's another thing.
mm,
So that's why one they stop the trading because they have to figure out what's causing the stock to go up. So yeah,
yeah,
that was the because I remember one time I was stuck in a trade for like an hour because of the halt because they couldn't. It was news. There was no news. Now they can figure out. So eventually, but I lost on that trade. So I don't do that on. I did not do that on the hold. So that's why I guess people didn't want to be paid. Well, I didn't want to wait for the bill because there's no holds on the in the pre-market session. So
yeah, that actually makes perfect sense. Absolutely. Um, So just jumping back to psychology really quick, was there like one particular trade or something that happened where you were like, okay, look, I have to get this disciplined mindset. I have to kind of, was there that one moment?
It was, yeah, like I got stepped out. I think it was in the last year in the summer or so, because I got stepped out by like 2 pips, and like
Mm,
ah, and I learned like, okay, it's just sometimes out of those couple pips, but it's gonna take you out. But okay, I know, just no, it's just gonna happen either way. You're gonna win or not, but you have to keep moving. Otherwise, there's no success if you're not gonna move forward. So
yeah.
it's, I knew it. This is what I want to do, and that's what I'm doing, and I'm not gonna stop. It's just keep improving because that's part of the game. You should have to improve yourself, and it's learning every day.
Yeah.
Market is changing, so we're all adjusting to everything. So it clicked. I was like, that's it. I didn't it. I know it's working. I just have to be patient, and that's it. And it pays off eventually for
Yeah.
the actually want to wait because it's not gonna happen overnight. You can't just make hundreds of thousands overnight. That's not not in trading. I know all these gurus online like nah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that's one of the major problems that people have because they watch, completely unrealistic expectations when they come into this market then because of these gurus or, influencers or whatever, right? People think, they'll have a Lamborghini by next month and it's just realistically, I mean, look, anything is possible, right? You can also win the lottery next month, maybe, but statistically speaking, it's very unlikely it's going to happen. So yeah, having those realistic expectations, I think, massively helps your psychology because you're not expecting, like you said, $100,000. You're expecting $1,000 or 500. The small gains that build up and compound, and then you start growing.
Can take profit 2 to 3%. That's what I'm aiming for, and that's good enough.
Yeah,
You don't want to take more risk. It just build the capital. That's all it is. Because
exactly.
you have the capital, take 1 to 2%. Even if you have 600,000, 800,000, some people have 1 million.
Mhm.
So that's it. You don't need more.
That's exactly the right way to look at it. It's all about how much capital you control and then just nice, safe amounts you're targeting. If you're
Yes.
trying to make, 80% on an
Oh,
account,
it's
but
not.
people try that stuff. And okay, while it's impressive if you do pull it off for 1 month, maybe,
But
you're never going to do this consistently for the rest of your life. There will come a time where boom, it's all over and you start from scratch again. And what's the point? Just build, like you said, nice and consistent, compound. And that's the way forward, 100%.
it's a
So,
marathon. Like I said,
yeah,
that's why I like I said, reading books, watching YouTube videos, just be patient. And I had issues with patience at the beginning because like I wanted faster, but like no, it's not gonna work. So I had to like restructure my mind. Like okay, I gotta pause and be be silent and wait and be patient.
yeah,
Otherwise, I'm not gonna. It it's just you don't want to take too much risk.
yeah. That's it. Always limit the risk. And then all of a sudden it makes sense as well. That's the crazy part of trading. So many people, the moment they adapt exactly what you just said about proper risk management and kind of lowering your expectations and targeting, 1 or 2% a month or whatever, all of a sudden then it works for them. Then also, oh wow, I'm profitable. They haven't changed anything else. They haven't made a new indicator. They haven't changed their strategy. All of a sudden it works. And it's just all in your head. It's all psychology. It's all just risk management. So absolutely. Roman, I'm going to move on really quick to Ola Prime itself. You're funded with us. You have a 100K account. You've had a payout. How has your experience been with us so far?
It was amazing. It was under an hour. I was like, I woke up and I saw him. I have profit. It was like 6:30 in the morning. I went to request that, and it's just like 1 hour later. Like, wow, it was processed. I was like, whoa, now that was fast. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Then when I saw that extra, I was like, oh, I didn't expect that.
And just for the viewers, the extra was
Yeah,
your refund
yeah,
basically of
refund.
your yeah, yeah.
I
Um,
completely forgot. It was just I was really excited just to get. I was in profit. I had a payout. So
no, really good, really good. Well, I'm glad you're the type of trader we like to have. someone who's got the right mindset when it comes to trading, understands, like you said, it's a marathon, not a race, not a sprint. Someone who's kind of got that maturity in trading, you know, because you need to have a mature mindset and approach it like a business, not like a casino, you know, and that's the only way it really works. So, and some people, it takes a few years to get to that point. Other people, they're a lot quicker, like you. Really comes down to, I guess, to the individual, but you're the kind of mindset we definitely want. You know, if we could just replicate you, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So maybe if you've got a twin brother or something who has the same mindset, please invite him over to Hola Prime.
Like I say, it takes time. Yeah, read books, watch videos, and just learn from them. Be patient. It's just the mindset that actually changes, and exercise that helps a lot.
Yeah.
That's the positivity that comes from exercising. So that actually,
Well, that's exactly it. You know, that proves again that discipline. You know, there is a level of discipline you need just to go exercise every day, keep yourself, you know, mentally and physically fit. Is that discipline? I think that can definitely cross over into the charts as well when you're trading. So absolutely fantastic.
It's not a gambling. It's you can gamble. You might get beginner's luck, but it's not for a long time. It's just temporary. It's a business. You have to treat it like business if you want to be serious about it. If not, then just like most of the traders, they're just gonna leave because oh, this is not working. They're gonna find an excuse, but there's room for everybody in the market, but you just have to be consistent and patient. Otherwise, there's no success. Not super fast. It's gonna happen, but it's gonna take time. That like you start in college, it takes time, of course. So
exactly. Yeah, it's like any career. It takes time. You have to kind of hone in your skills, learn the industry. It doesn't happen overnight, and it's no different with trading. But people try to speed run it. You know, they try to get to the end goal within 10 minutes, and it's just never going to work. But really good stuff. Last question. So you've got a 100K account with us. What is the future for you? Are you looking to get more accounts with us? Are you looking to scale that particular account up to the 4 million? I mean, that's obviously going to take quite a while to do, but it is, on the cards. What's your future?
On USD, JPY, and odd USD. So I'm trying. Like I said, I want to see on the other pairs, not only gold.
Mm-hmm.
Got to give myself some room and just see if it works or not. So trying to scale up and be consistent, and eventually the success is going to come.
Absolutely.
As are transparent, and actually the 1 hour actually it happened to me. So I can in 1 hour.
Yeah. That is generally the one thing most people are shocked by when they're like, oh, it actually came in an hour. I'm like, yeah.
The email was like, oh, that was fast.
Yeah, but that's awesome. Roman, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you today. Thank you so much for coming on, sharing your story. If you do get more payouts and scale your account and grow, we would love to do this again if you're happy. And
that's my second payout that I'm waiting for.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely do this again. And yeah, keep in touch and keep the viewers updated with your progress within Hola Prime. That'll be absolutely fantastic. But thank you so much again for coming on. I wish you a great trading day, and yeah, we'll definitely chat soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Roman.
Talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you. And to all the viewers, thank you guys for tuning in. If you did like this video, go ahead, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications, do all that good stuff. And also join our Discord. It's completely free to join. There's a button down below in the description. You'll be basically invited to a great community where there's loads of other traders sharing great trading ideas and just generally having a good chat. And you'll find live AMA sessions of our coaches. So much value in that Discord community. So it's well worth joining. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again very soon. Take care.
Hola Prime, trade with transparency.